want to put you down in a sense is there. The person is moving around. So it's left for you to say, do I want to stoop too low to this or not? You know, it becomes a harassment, maybe, it becomes an abuse, you know, when it's really happening in this confined space where it's not what you want to do. But the harassment where, you know, you have a choice. Okay, I won't give you this job because you don't do this. You have a choice to walk away. Nobody says that because you did not do this animation, your career has ended or your destiny is tied to it. No, it's not. The moment you must learn how to shut this door, you must learn how to open another. So, and the same way, it's not every job you do, you know, except you've decided that, okay, this is how I want to cut through, want to go through the back roads, you know, so you know there's no shortcut to it. So the moment, what I believe is, the moment you know your onions, you know what you're doing, you're well trained, you know this is your passion, your talent, those advances, they will come. But the choice lies with you. Do you want your talent, do you want your talent to sell for you, or you want to go through the back doors?
Nice. All right, thank you. Lord Frank, this is my second to the last question for you. You've done stuff in the animation industry and you've done stuff in live action acting. What would you consider the difference, and which one of them would you say you find more challenging, and which one do you find more enjoyable?
Well, that's a very easy question, and that's because in live acting, I'm in full control. My voice, my expressions, my gestures, everything is me. And that's just between me and the director to decide what we're going to do. But in terms of animation, all I can do is give my voice, make it as believable as possible. In terms of what the character does, that's beyond my control. And I think that's really challenging, especially what I just explained to you about the hyena situation. Where everybody was saying things about it, and I thought it was okay, in my opinion. But so that, in that aspect, is challenging.
So which one do you find enjoyable?
Oh, live acting.
Live acting.
Yeah.
All right, Remy, I'll ask you this question. Where do you see voice acting in animation? You know, in the next, because we had the session on streaming, and they were all saying they're looking for animation, but next year they're really going after animation with black skin. So what do you see, and how are you preparing the voice-over guys to step into this industry? And do you think you have materials already on ground that you can use, or you need to start training fresh people to go to that standard that you really want to see the Nigerian animation industry get to?
Okay, so this is the very started pushing.
Pushing you?
They started pushing. They're not waiting for anybody. They started pushing. They've been probing, asking questions, dropping. They've been probing. They're pushing. I've been training voice actors for about 2 years now, remotely. And it's not, all right, I want you to say, hi, okay, that's voice acting. No, I'll put you through the grinder. I take you through narration. I take you through character interpretation. I take you to understanding the script. You know, I take you through everything. So that way, whoever it is that's directing you has a chance at finding your sweet spot. Okay. I'm still training people. I'm not trained. We have over 500 or 600 different accents in Nigeria. Yeah, as in terms of tribes. Until we've gotten representation, I'm not done. I'm not done training. You know, you've got to. I think it's a travesty that all of us in this room right now, we understand the joy of the Port Harcourt accent. When the Port Harcourt guy is like, you know, but we're the only ones who get it. Meanwhile, internationally, you only know the Lagos, the Agro. But our stories are so much richer than just in Lagos. You know, what about the chap from Oyo, or the person from Jalingo? You know, if we can understand them, the world should be able to understand them.
All right, thank you very much. I still have lots of questions to ask.
Hello.
But our next session is already here, and I think let me just ask one last question, and then all of you just answer it and use it as a final word. So what, I would have said, what advice do you have for the audience who are watching? but that sounds a bit lame. What do you guys see in the future for localized animation, where we'll have local dialects and stuff? Do you think it's something you guys are looking forward to, or you feel we should still toe towards the American and British type animation? So we'll start from the lady first, then we'll go down, and then we'll wrap it up. Let's be just 1 minute touch point so that we can go to the next session.
I think it's a brilliant idea, because if you want to calculate it, I think the new generation, I don't think there are some certain things, anyway they have this, but there are some certain things that they cannot relate to from the 70s, 80s, so, and then I think if you do this local animation, it's going to cut across, not just here in Lagos, and it's going to cut across. Like you were saying, people in the rural areas and all. So it's a beautiful thing that people get to experience it. The truth is there are people that haven't experienced animation. So it's beautiful.
I don't know if I can speak on this, but I will say that I believe that whatever it is that you're trying to share with the world, no matter what it is, whatever dialect or whatever accent it is, the packaging is what's important. If you package it well, people will buy it. And when he mentioned about Japanese, I don't think I've ever seen a Japanese production where they speak their languages, do English, never. It's always just Japanese. And we buy into it. I love samurais. We buy into it. So whatever package, whatever we want to give to the world is all about packaging.
Thank you.
Well, I'm very hopeful for the animation industry because of people like you and the project I was also on, Lady Bucket and the Monthly Monsters. I believe we have, like he said, great stories, great indigenous stories. He mentioned about how Batman was first animation that now became, real-time stuff. So I think we should keep at it. I believe if we keep at it, and we get better at it, our content will emerge and cut across, just like the way Nollywood is breaking through now. So yeah, very hopeful.
Any final words?
I think it's already happened. You know this, Unmatched, the Oscar-winning animation company?
Yes.
Yeah, I voice directed the material into Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, and Nigerian English. This is about 3 years ago.
Okay, really?
Yeah, as in it was their production, it was their animation, and they said, can we have it in these languages? I'm like, okay, sure. And voice director doing what a voice director does.
So you got all the Hausa actors?
Perfect. Yeah.
Sorry, so the last question, but how did you direct them into their speaking out of time? Oh, sorry, I didn't answer your next question, sorry. Just hold that thought. Let's take one question and just slam it into that answer. Sorry about the audience, I was very good.
All right then. All right, good afternoon everyone. My name is Titilayo Oyinsong. I record audiobooks and I was on the radio for about 8 years. One of the challenges I've noted when it comes to voice acting, especially in Africa, well in Nigeria let me say, is how to cost it. How are we costing or valuing our voices? Are we doing what the industry is demanding for, which is more affordable voices and more expensive animation? Or are we actually putting the right pricing to each script? Even with voiceovers for 60-second jingles, we have challenges since associations such as Avoir have put price tags on certain voices or certain activities in the industry. So where do you think, if someone brand new is going into the industry, where do you think they should start to place value on their voice?
Who's going to answer that? I don't get that.
Oh,
That's an excellent question.
Very
I don't
excellent.
know if we have time.
There are lots of excellent questions.
Alright, so
thank you very much.
alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just I'm going to address your question head on. The thing that Avoa's range is designed towards voice over work specifically. When it comes to certain other things like audiobooks and the truth is that Avoa didn't get a chance to catch up, I guess. So for that, I would say that it's best to actually reach out to other people who you can reach out to me later. As in, I do these audiobooks. Yeah. Regarding the pricing and production of these things, it's don't worry, you're good. It's not Avoa's fault. It's just that's what country did. Pretty much so. But to answer your question as to how did I build the different languages, yeah, I'm a voice director. The language is not the barrier. It's do you sound like you're lying? Then do it again.
Thank you very much. I believe I've covered all the audience questions. All right, thank you very much, Remy, Casey, Frank, and Tessie for honoring us. I enjoyed myself, because sometimes when you hear these topics, you don't know how deeply you can go into. Even the guests are also like, okay, and I think I learned a lot, even as a voice director myself, and I guess I'll come for the workshop with Remy so I can give me all those. Can we take a picture? Let's clap for them, please. Thank you.